Hey, I'm James from Slipstream Creations. We've got a 74 CB360 we just finished up. Our vision with this bike was not to throw every aftermarket part you could at it, but really just to keep it clean and simple. We really wanted to kind of take the bones that we had to work with the CB360, which is a beautiful bike to begin with, and really clean it up, make it something unique and personal, and have it be something that, that was just exactly what he wanted. This bike is a much sort of cleaner, slicker look than the original CB360. You're really decluttered, and we don't have sort of the big clunky turn signals and tail lights on here. But we sort of went with a real modern slick look, but also some real retro vibe too. So the red, orange, and yellow tank design with the vintage Honda logo here. We even kept the drum front brake, which actually looks pretty cool with an otherwise very slick bike here. We custom made the seat pan here to fit the frame. We did the custom upholstery as well, and we added a nice little red, orange, and yellow stitch to match the tank and kind of tie it all together. There was a lot of modification done to this frame, some of which the customer started before we got it, but all of the extra, some of the tabs and mounts and things. So we did add a custom seat hoop here with the integrated LED taillight strip in the back. We ended up using a toolbox and a rear fender from a CB350 and use that just as an inner fender here to keep the mud and muck off of the air filters and carburetors here, and so that worked out really, really clean. It doesn't extend out past the seat hoop. On the front and rear we have 18-inch aluminum rims on this. They're wider than stock. The stock rims are really narrow, so you don't get a whole lot of choices in terms of tire sizes. So we put aluminum rims on here. They're the original hubs. We powder coated and laced these up with new spokes. We put some dual sport tires on the front and rear on this. The rear shocks are new. These, obviously they replaced the original worn out shocks, but he's got some preload and rebound damping adjustments here. We kept the original CB360 exhaust here. We just ceramic coated the headers with a satin black Cerakote and added some reverse cone stainless steel mufflers. We did have to make some custom mounts for those on the frame. We also had to modify the side stand and the center stand to clear the exhaust on the left side because the routing is a little bit different than stock. The engine was in good shape. We mostly put some new gaskets on it, cleaned it up, painted it. All of the outside covers are powder coated in a wrinkled black. We added electronic ignition from Charlie's Place, which is great. We've used that on a lot of bikes. Original Kaheen carbs, rebuilt. We're using an NWT electronic control hub under the seat here. So there's a little custom fabricated electronics box under the seat here. We've got the battery, the NWT unit, and the starter solenoid all under here. Custom wire harness to connect everything. What's great is that with the NWT unit, all of the normal handlebar controls are operated with just 2 momentary push buttons on the handlebars here. So that really cleans things up. We also went with just a mini speedometer and no tachometer on this bike, just to really tidy it up as well. We did add an aftermarket headlight here, and we used the Moto Gadget pin light turn signals right here, just to keep everything really kind of slim and discreet. So that's it. This 74 CB360 is about to go back to the customer in a couple of days. He's seen some pictures but hasn't seen it in person yet, but he's in love with what he's seen so far. I can't wait for him to ride it. It's a ton of fun to ride, and I really love looking at it too. So stay tuned for our next build. We got a couple of other cool bikes in the works.